Hi there, Kerry at the Soap Coach and the Dog and I with week 8 of the Revamp Diaries. So it's been 3 weeks since I've been on here. I'm really sorry about that. It's because I've not been very well. That's a whole different story, but I have been back in the zone for the last week or so. So I'm just going to give you a quick update of how it's all been going. You might think I've not done anything, but I have managed to achieve quite a lot despite that. So I've pretty much finished off the product making. I did that last week for the human products. So that's really, really good news. That's a relief, to be honest, to have that off my plate. The human labels all have been designed, approved, printed and delivered back to me, which is amazing, and they look fantastic. So big thanks to Claire and Dave at Sticker Drops for that. So that meant I could then send off the collection of human products to Kerry at Fur and Fables to do work her magic and do the images for me. She has also sent back to me some of the imagery for dog products that she's done. And I did do a bit of a sneak peek on that on Instagram. Was it yesterday or the day before? But have a quick look if you fancy that. There's a couple of sneak peeks on there actually. Facebook is at the Dog and I, and Instagram is at the Dog_I. So that is that. My other main job, and what this video really is about, is that I have begun to start populating my website. Now I use Shopify, and I always recommend to everybody that they do use something like Shopify because it's a dedicated e-commerce website. It's set up for selling. It has a checkout on there. It's got the SEO built in. Obviously you need to put your words in, but it is built in. There's the option to do a blog, etc. And it's based on templates, so you don't have to worry about design or code. And I will show you that in a moment. Now, obviously in the last video, I'd been writing my product descriptions and my collection descriptions. So I'd done all the hard work really. I just needed to put it into a format where I could actually just cut and paste it into my website. So I'm just going to change my screen so that you can see my website. So this is my Shopify website. This is my back end. That sounds awful, but you know what I mean. I'm obviously limited into what I can show you because it is an operating website, which means I've got all my customer details on there. But I'll give you a quick whistle-stop tour. It's not a tutorial on how to use Shopify. I'm not an expert, and that's not what it's for. It's just to give you a quick peek into how it works at the back end, if you're interested. So with most websites, and we'll have a look at the front of it, most websites, they have a homepage, and then on that homepage, you'll have maybe some image at the top, you'll have a bit of text, and then you'll have either collections of products like this. I have all mine in collections, or you might have bestsellers, you might have featured products, you might have products that are on sale, for example. And then you might also have, for me, I've got my blog down here, and then you'll have your footer at the bottom, which has all the boring but necessary stuff. And then you'll quite often have some sort of menu. I've got mine down the side at the moment, but quite often you can have it along the top here. So that's how I do mine. I just want to show you one for Neil's Yard because theirs is going to be an expensive website. It will be done by a professional, but the theory is exactly the same. It looks a lot better, clearly, but the theory is exactly the same. So they have their menu along the top, not the side. They've got their image here where I've got my dog in the bath. Then they've got a collection of products initially. Then they have a bit of text. Then they've got collections. So within each collection, you'll have multiple items. Then they go back to products again. Then they've got another collection. Then they've got the community here, which they call it our community, but actually that's a blog. It looks like a blog to me. Then they've got reviews down the bottom. And then they've got their social media, a few images there, and then their footer is obviously bigger, but it's works on the same concept. So really, I just wanted to put that in perspective that websites are pretty much the same. It just means they look different depending on the templates that are used, or whether it's a professionally designed one, or whether it's bespoke maybe, but the concept is exactly the same. Now mine is shocking. It hasn't been touched since 2017, which obviously then I knew a lot less than I know now, but it does its job. I still use it, it works for me, but I will obviously be updating it. Now, as I said to you, I choose to have collections with mine. At the moment, I've got quite a lot of doggy collections. I will be condensing that down because I'm bringing in human products and I don't want it to get too overpowering, and I will try and make it look a bit prettier than this as well. But just to show you how it all works, when you set up a website which is on a template like this, you choose a theme. Now, I've got, say, this theme, you can see I've been using it since November 2017, so it's really old, but it's a free theme. I haven't paid for a theme on this one. You can do if you want something really posh, but there's lots of different options, and you can actually go to the theme store here and choose something if you think it might suit you better. I might change my theme, I don't know at the moment. But whatever theme you choose to use, you then need to tell it what you want it to look like. So to do this, you go to customize, and then here you can really lay out how you want your front page. So you can choose, I've chosen just to put a slide at the top, and I've just got one image, but you can put more than one if you want to. Then I've put a bit of text here. Oops, let's get rid of that. The text is this bit here, and you click on each bit to change it. Then I've added collections, but if you choose to, you could go to add section and you could do featured products, or you could do featured collection. You could do a photo gallery if you wanted to. Now, it does vary depending on what theme that you have, but it's just really to give you an idea of how, although it is a set product, Shopify really, you can customize it a little bit to make it your own. And then I've got my blog posts down the bottom here. But yeah, you do that just by choosing what section you want to put in there. And then you can drag them up and down if you want to as well. So that is very much a whistle-stop tour. As I say, it's not a how to use Shopify. But going back to my homepage, what I do, as I say, is have my collections. And to do that, you basically list your products into you create your collection first. So these are my existing collections. These are the new collections that I've put in. And then I've also created, you create new products. So you create collection. Can you go in there? No, you can't. So if you want to add new products, you'd have to go back to products and then go to, it's a bit slow, isn't it? Go to add product, and then you create a new product. And then you can add your individual products to your collections, which is what I've already done. Now, mine are obviously all in draft form at the moment. So if we go into whipped body butters, you can see that I've cut and pasted the text that I created in the last video, or showed you how to create in the last video. And then I've added my individual products, but they're all in draft form at the moment, so nobody can see them when they go onto my website. So with this, what I'm waiting for next are images from Kerry so that I can add images to my collection front page. Then each product will have its own image as well. And then when I'm ready to kind of launch my website with all the new stuff in, I can just hit publish, because it's all in draft form at the moment, and it will just make it all visible to everybody on the front page. Now, I will also be updating things like the colours here. I'll be redoing my menu. There's a lot of work to changing the copy on the website. And I won't be talking you through all of that because that would be really, really boring. But what I'll do is a before and after so that you can see what I've done on it. And things like this image here. It's a lovely image. It was done by Megan at Cotswold Spaniels. Lovely image. Won't fit my new look, unfortunately. So I won't be able to use those anymore. But we all evolve as businesses and as brands. On that note, you can see here, it's quite a good example really of where I've had professional images done and where I have done my own. So these ones here, they're all done by Kerry at Firm Fables. This one here is done by Hattie. She's changed her name now. She was the Cornish Spaniel, I think. But obviously they're a lot better than mine, which are these ones here. That one's not great even, the lighting's not that good. But I just needed something in a hurry. So yeah, I will be having all lovely new images in here which will reflect the new sort of outdoory type walking, hiking, active brand. Okay, I won't bore you any longer with that. Any questions, give me a shout, but yeah, that's what I've been doing.